Okay, take two. I videotaped this, and the mail lady came by, and she had two packages. And I showed my address accidentally. Two more magazines for SIG P226 in 9mm, and some recoil springs. And I thought it was kind of cool because I was thinking, yeah, just as I'm making this video, the mail lady comes by and delivers the mail, and it's gun parts. But in any case, okay, new edition. SIG, they were all safety checked. I went through that in the first video. This is a SIG P226 Legion in 9mm, single action only. That means you have to cock the hammer at least the first time. These were safety checked. You do see ammo, but we might as well just get to the neat trick. And with the SIG P226 and the SIG P938 and 238, you can have, oh yikes, if you have the hammer back, you can manipulate the slide. So let's rack it all the way back, nothing in there. I'm filming this with an iPad in one hand and the gun in the other. So, boom. Well, let's just reset. Show the reset. It's only a null post. What do you want to do? The Legions all come with the short reach trigger, short reset trigger kit, and that's it. Okay. I installed, since my last video, this is looking chalky in the camera, but it doesn't look chalky in person. All SIGs look chalky. So okay. This was safety check, trust me. Hang on, bear with me, folks. I installed a short reset trigger kit. It's not a different trigger. It's a different sear and the sear disconnect bar. It's pretty easy. It's just two pieces. So that's the reset on the 229, and down here, this is loaded. I don't feel like unloading it. This is my nightstand gun. Bink. Since I made the last video about these, I don't know if I had HD sights on them, Trijicon HDs, but I do now. And the SIG comes with True Glow X-ray sights. They can see right through walls. Size-wise, like I said, bear with me. I made this video once, but I don't know how to edit videos. And I showed my address on those packages. Size-wise, 229, 40 Smith & Wesson. When you line up the slides, there's not that much difference, but when you go rear to rear, it's 9/10 of an inch longer. The 226 is 9/10 of an inch longer. This has the Hogue textured grips, and I usually don't like textured grips, but they're not that aggressive. The SIG Legion grips look the same, and they're made by Hogue as well. They are a bit more aggressive. That only affects inside the waistband carry, and I'm carrying it in a shoulder holster because it's December. I am not carrying this cocked and locked because in my shoulder holster I carry 1911s regularly, and for some reason the strap that wraps around in the Galco Miami Classic tends to knock that off. And even though it goes in front of this hammer and would probably block the hammer, I don't have that much confidence in it. And it's just as easy for me to pull that back. You know, if the 1 in a million chance arises where I would use this gun quickly, I can do that. That's easy. That's as easy as taking the safety off. So a lot of times I'll carry 1911s. I'll say most of the time I carry 1911s with the hammer forward and the safety off. Now with this, with the hammer forward, you can put the safety on and cock the hammer. Kind of crazy, huh? So I like SIGs. Of course, the difference, other than size, these are the exact same weight loaded. 2 pounds, 6 ounces. 12 rounds of 40 Smith & Wesson, 15 rounds of 9mm. This has very little recoil with 40 Smith & Wesson, the 229. This has a lot of recoil for 9mm. I was a bit surprised. The only other 9mm I'm shooting and occasionally carrying now is a Beretta M9, which is like shooting a 22 for some reason compared to this. Maybe I was just simply expecting less recoil. This is accurate. And if we run over here, get all your props ready before making your videos. This was let's set it up the way it was oriented. At 10 yards, the first 15 rounds. So they were all going here. And originally, I thought maybe they were flying past the target at 10 rounds, but there weren't any holes in the paper. And then this hole just started getting bigger and bigger. And these were a little bit, this was more deliberate, and this was a little bit more rapid fire. So I got 9 in here and 6 out here. That's an 8-inch target. So first 15. At 25 yards, the 226, I'm sorry, is shooting a little bit left for me consistently. So I'm going to have someone else shoot it to see if it's me, or to see if the sight has to be pushed to the right a little bit, or bench rest it. And with this, the 40 Smith & Wesson, I usually get, if I'll put 13 rounds in one chamber, 12 in the magazine, and I'll get 9 or 10 at 25 yards within that 8-inch target. With the 226 in 9mm, the best I could do, I've only taken this to the range once. The best I could do was 11 out of 15 in an 8-inch target at 25 yards, which isn't bad. I'm old and I wear glasses. and I'm cross dominant, and let me see what other excuses I can come up with. But that's about it. It's a great gun. I like it. I actually traded two 1911s for this. I just wasn't using them. They were virtually new. I should mention that this is a Galco Summer Comfort inside the waistband holster for the 229, and this is the most comfortable carry gun I have. As odd as that sounds, using this holster, I can't feel this gun carrying it inside the waistband. I'm almost 6'2", and I do use a good gun belt. So I ordered the same holster, which should be here tomorrow, for the 226, and I'll see how that works out. I don't mind carrying a shoulder holster in the winter months, or those months where I can carry or wear a jacket. The one thing that was odd about this was, because it's single action only, there isn't a decocker. I don't know if I should say because it's single action. It's single action only, and there's not a decocker. So when I first got this, I kept, muscle memory, I kept looking for the decocking lever that the 229 has hidden away here inside the holster. Shake that holster off. So I kept doing this with the 226, but there's no decocker. It still has the hammer that won't move forward unless you pull the trigger back all the way, and then you can push it forward. And boy, SIG leaves a generous amount of space between the hammer and the firing pin. Without holding a trigger, that's as far as it'll go. And that's the same for both guns. So, did I show the reset on this? Hang on. I don't know if I did. Turn toward the light. That's it. That's the reset. And I like it. I like it mostly because I traded two guns in that I wasn't using for the past 2 years. And a Ruger SR 1911 5-inch and 45 caliber, and a Springfield 9mm range officer that had that goofy Bomar target sight on cut into the rear of the slide, so I couldn't just take it off and put a regular Novak style sight on it. I really hate the way that gun looked, but I never used them. I carry Commander size 1911s, and that's that. That's my the new addition to my SIG collection. Once again, size comparison. I could do without the beaver tail. I don't need it. I don't see what it adds. It sticks out past my hand. Even if I have my hand all the way up, it's just not doing me any good. And I don't know. I don't have a problem with the regular non-beaver tail frame. But that's that. Probably rambling. Ho ho ho. Merry Christmas. And these are some of the little toys I bought for my nephews. It's really bright in here, but I'm getting a grainy image. So they're getting Play-Doh, basketball hoop table thing, and Nerf guns. They're not very old. And there you go. And I get to open my packages. Ah, cool. See you guys.